Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of Entab CampusCare EdTalks, an exclusive platform where the stalwarts of education come on board and express their viewpoints on curbing topics related to education. But before I begin, let me quickly introduce you to Entab. We are a 20-year-old IT company engaged in providing matured and futuristic school ERP, CRM, and mobile apps to the schools spread across India. And we help them in transforming from good schools to great ones. In today's session, we shall discuss about the approach to education by pull and push. We'll understand the importance of establishing clear and transparent communication with students and parents to understand their requirements. We learn that how can school leaders build a positive and strong image for their school to attract young minds. To discuss the same, we have Miss Anita Gupta, the principal of Raman Vidya Mandir, Gurugram, Haryana. Working beyond the confines of the school, she initiated the Child Rights in Youth CRY, Gurugram Public Action Group. For her contribution to the field of education, ma'am has received the national level IDA Teaching Award and a Certificate of Excellence as a part of NETV's Pearson Award Teaching Award. Welcome to the show, ma'am. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much, Himanshu. And good afternoon to all of you, and especially my gratitude to Entab and Hina, who had been coordinating with me and bringing me to this platform to share my point of view.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words. I'm sure Hina would be delighted to hear those words.
Yeah.
And to those who are watching us on YouTube right now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Click on that bell icon to stay regularly updated. All right, ma'am, let's begin with the webinar. So my first thing, of course, my audience would love to know, what does a pull and a push approach means in context of education?
So when we talk about education, the first thing what comes to our mind is, are we born to learn or to get education? So when we look at the education system, the traditional teacher-centric approach to education assumes that an educated man is equivalent to a competent man. The students are expected to acquire knowledge and skills by receiving lectures and learning the curriculum without understanding the real potential of their abilities and its implication. Parents push them into a system and they are carried forward, focus being on degrees and marks and ultimately securing a good job, earning for a settled living. This is what the push approach to education does. But we are now in 21st century, and 21st century is a competency based system. Mastery in learning comes from application of knowledge and skills in real world situations. This is an era of experiential learning, proficiency learning, project based learning, and flipped learning. So the push approach takes a twist and pull approach to education becomes crucial in the holistic development of the learners, where the students, parents, and the society partner with the schools in providing the conducive and flexible learning environment with all the possible opportunities. And I would like to emphasize here the vision of National Education Policy 2020 to instill skills, values, and dispositions that support responsible commitment to human rights, sustainable development, and living and global well-being with a conscious awareness of one's roles and responsibilities in the changing world.
Right.
Yeah.
Wonderful, ma'am. So basically, rather than pushing, we are trying to attract students and trying to inculcate and trying to develop them on a holistic level. That's
Yeah.
a very good approach. And as you correctly pointed out, it is also mentioned in the NEP 2020, where there's a paradigm shift in teaching.
Yeah.
So that's wonderful. So, ma'am, the basic rule of implementing the pull approach to learning is knowing your audience. How can teachers establish a clear and transparent communication channel with their students and even their parents to know their requirements, to understand what do they actually require?
So thank you for the question. And it's really very important to understand that putting it into practice, curriculum and pedagogy to achieve holistic, integrated, inclusive, and enjoyable learning, it's so very important to have a communication channel, very effective, interactive, and regular. So with the students and even with their parents, after all, they are our first customers, and it's good essential to understand their needs and expectations. And the teachers are the pivotal. A shift from conventional positional roles to proactive roles they play, initiative they take, and the support they render, developing understanding, engaging them consistently, restructuring, rebuilding time and again the strong bonding, having the transparency in what is communicated and what is practiced, sharing timely everything with proper planning will surely build humane and emotional connect, leading to the mutual trust of the trio: students, parents, and teachers. Preparedness, positivity, and passion. These three P's will be keywords. To be patient and listening and understanding their needs will be icing on the cake, providing them their space and time, acknowledging their achievements now and then, boosting their confidence in times of need. Then PTMs, PTAs, celebration of important days, and all such kind of activities definitely help in having that transparent communication channel.
Very aptly said, ma'am. When we talk about teachers, when we talk about educators, there's a very thin line that every educator has to follow, wherein they do not invade the space of the teenager. I'm talking about adolescent after, like, because bache to, chalo, we can still mold them, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to teenagers, there's a very thin line that, a teenager shouldn't feel like their space is being invaded and they're being dominated. So I've always wondered how teachers and how educators, and patience is the key, I guess. Perseverance and patience is the key, like you aptly said. Very good, ma'am. So, being the leader of a school like yourself, how do you maintain the image of your school on various platforms? And I'm sure other schools would also love to hear that, as the young minds and parents are pulled towards the school. See, every good person wants to interact with a good person only, right? So what's
Though it's not easy, but still I'll try to answer your question. See, Himanshu, a conscious awareness of one's roles and responsibilities, especially in this so fast changing world, is of paramount importance. And most crucial is this for the leaders. Nothing can be taken for granted. History has proved time and again who sits idle on the shore loses the pearls. Okay, so having firm belief in human capabilities and strong foundation of values and integrity, supported with state of the art infrastructure and loyal and committed staff. I'm able to do it in my school, Raman Vidya Mandir, which has always tried to rise, accepting the challenges and sailing through smilingly. With the technology influx, staying updated and always ready to give back to the society is normal for our school. Even COVID 19 may have posed challenges for many and may still be, but we as the team, well motivated by the management with the cooperation of our stakeholders, continued the learning undisrupted, and it's still going on, whether it is virtual, physical, or blended. Addressing the issues of the working parents, device problems, sibling cases, providing the timely help, going an extra mile. Our approach is to reach out, to provide alternate options, teaching material ahead of time, opportunities to connect through multiple channels, making digital learning interactive, monitoring and providing individual attention, thus creating emotional bonding, pulling them into a free learning sustainable environment. So all these things we try to do, and as a leader I look towards it that all these things are being practiced and done, and I'm sure maximum or all the schools try to do that only, to have their students, their community, their parents and all the stakeholders to be a part of the learning environment.
Ma'am, I'm pretty sure one thing the pandemic which has taught each and every one, and whether they're parents or whether they're students as well, the strong connection with the school. I mean, I've seen photographs of teachers, photograph of educators who are working from their bedrooms and they're taking classes and everything and working 24/7. They're so hard. And even the kids, they support their teachers like anything. That, ma'am, okay, fine. If you do not understand Zoom, No, ma'am, no problem, ma'am. We will help you out. And everybody has come together as a
Very
community.
true. Very true. Yeah.
Everybody has come together as a community, which has worked very. One thing that has come positive out of this pandemic. All right, ma'am. Coming to the end of the webinar, pull strategy does not only mean to attract new minds. It also means to retain new ones, like client retention, right? So, how do you manage to retain the interest of your learners using unconventional ways of learning, just like you mentioned, flip learning and XYZ? So many things were there. How do you do that? What's your
So it's just like the question we always, or the answer we always give to our students, like it's not difficult to reach to a height or to climb the mountains,
it's
but
true.
sustaining the position is very important. So in this time, in this 21st century, you can say, where information is liberating, education is the premise of progress. In every society, everywhere, there are only two lasting bequests we can hope to give our learners. One of these is roots, the other wings. At the end of the day, the most overwhelming key to a learner's success is the positive impact of educational values. Just not teaching the curriculum, but teaching the children, preparing them for future ready, more skilled and productive, reaching out to more evolved and involved community, accepting the challenges with academic integrity and honesty help us a lot. Continued peer interaction through activities and competitions at class, school, and inter-school level, through clubs and houses, celebrations and functions, visits and picnics, whether physical or virtual. And even I would like to share here, even international exposures leading to collaboration through quality circles, especially in our school, through quality circles, being because I'm the member of Quality Circle Forum of India, Delhi chapter,
Mhm.
and the leader in our school of Quality Circle. So we organized virtual students Quality Circle convention during pandemic, and you won't believe so many schools all over India and from abroad also the participants were there. It was a huge success. And such exposures help in creating independent thinkers, living in a community of diversity, developing the critical thinking and problem solving attitude, strengthening competences. So today's child, because what we believe in, today's child is not our child or not a child of a place, of a community, but he is a global citizen.
So,
And to prepare him to be the well deserving, right opportunity and healthy environment is must. And practicing all these things, we are able to retain the interest of our stakeholders. That's what I would like to tell in this context.
ma'am, you've actually struck a chord which is very close to my heart. People always ask me because I've been raised and brought up on different continents and everywhere. So they always ask me, so where are you from exactly? So I'm
So
like,
actually,
I'm an
I'm
earth
from
child.
Haryana only. Yeah.
I always say I'm an earth child. I'm a child of the earth. I have exposure of a lot of I've been fortunate enough to have a lot of exposure,
Yeah.
and because of my parents and because of my education and everything. And yeah, I've always said that there's so much to learn. There's so many new places to be, and I'm a child of the earth. I take everything positive from the earth. So
Yeah.
thank you
The
so much.
same I share with you. The same I share with you. Like my parents had inculcated all these things in me. Like education is the for far more importance, and
Right.
I am here in this field not by chance but by choice. So
That
that makes
that
all the
we can very well
difference.
see, ma'am. That we
Yeah.
can by your thoughts and by your thought process, anybody can very well see that you're here by choice. You're not here by chance.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
So
Anita, ma'am.
yeah,
Thank
but
you so
at
much.
the last, I would like to just comment one thing. What I believe is education is but education. It is as for by of education and nothing else.
Ab-
Thank you so much, Himanshu. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, ma'am. It was a pleasure
Thank,
having this webinar with you. Till we meet again for some other webinar on some other topic. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, ma'am.
thank you so much. And you too, stay safe. And all the viewers, please stay safe, stay healthy.
Thank
Thank you so much.
you.
Once again, to thank you to Antab also.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.